Good morning, everyone. I want to call us our Wellness Wednesday Warriors because we're here and ready to go. So, thank you all for coming. And today we have a special guest with us, Susan from Thrive Yoga. I have been doing her meditation. She leads our Thursday meditations the Jeff Miller sponsors. So that's how I got to know Susan. And then she's a new chamber member and she's got a great practice. And I love her. So I'm going to turn it right over to you, Susan, to talk about your business and then take us right into your tip.
Sure. So welcome everybody. Thrive Yoga is on Rockville Pike. We've been around for 17 years, providing all kinds of wellness programs for people to live a more vibrant life. And that includes yoga, meditation, breathing, nurturing, but a place to have a community that's also carving out time for themselves. So today I want to get right to it. And this is one of the experiences I'm seeing very often, and a lot of the people that are coming in to Thrive. And I've seen it over the years, but it seems to be at a point where people really want to make a shift and are at a crossroads with how to do this. So imagine for yourself for a moment, if you didn't have your house or your car, your cozy blankets and your comfortable stretchy pants, and you had to live completely on the outside. And that meant you had to get your own food and you had to find your own shelter. And you really, your entire life was about the survival of yourself. So if you had that, you'd adapt well because you're warriors, right? And you'd figure it out. But what if there was also a possibility, if you just paid attention, you could get a house and go inside and have a cozy blanket. But instead, because you didn't see the opportunity to go inside, you have to endure the outside elements forever. So this is how most people feel in their lives a lot of the time, is that the inside is too hard. Where do I find it? How do I make the shift, right? And also, if you think about where your most creative ideas come from, where your really special moments come from, the majority of the time, it is some part outside, but mostly inside. And so what is the inside that I'm talking about? So the reason why we experience so much stress is because there's too much outside focus. It's not wrong, it's not bad, and we shouldn't put it on our list today. It's really a simple switch. It just takes commitment to yourself to do it. So the switch is to take some of that focus on the outside and just step inside. And that's what we're going to do today. And our morning time will be with our eyes closed. And I'm going to explain an experience to the outside and then take you through a journey of tasting and experiencing the inside. And what you'll be able to do is in a split second, it'll take 1/16 of a second or less, you'll go right into the inside. So you'll have practice today of switching out, in, out, in. And then I encourage you and I invite you later today to try this out during your day. And if you just pick 3 times where you can do that during your day, you would have found the path inward. Now, as Albert Einstein famously said, you can't solve the problem on the same vibrational level as the problem itself. And the brain is trained to think in a finite way. So the brain likes success and linear and an end game. However, the inside doesn't think that way at all. The inside is infinite. The inside doesn't have to have any answers. And if we overly live on the outside, we get a lot of endings, a lot of dead endings, in fact. If we switch some of that energy or attention to the inside, we get to play like a child again, where there doesn't have to be an end result. We just play in the sandbox to have fun. Our life becomes a little more exciting and spontaneous. And I hope that you'll experience that this morning. So comfortable and cozy, you're in your house. You can even get your fuzzy blanket if you want. Then close your eyes. You don't have to change or be any certain way. Just be as you are right here and recognize that you're breathing. Notice the feel of the breath. You don't even need to change it or make it better. Just notice it. Please relax your eyelids and your jaw, the muscles of your face. Take a moment to become aware of what's important to you today. And if there are a lot of different tasks, can you just put one label on them? So if there's a lot of tasks that are going to help you with something at work, just call it work. Tasks for home, home. And just understand what you're coming into in your day, what's important to you. And this is a really great tool in the morning to actually settle down your system. Because if you just come to terms with, this is what's important to me. Okay, now the after sentence might be, how the heck am I going to do all that? That's the survival you coming into play. We're not worried about that so much now. This is what's important to you. But if you do that at the beginning of your morning, it does give your mind and your breath and your body a moment to kind of come together and organize. Now, can you please picture yourself in the first event, the first item that's important to you? And can you just envision yourself with your imagination, you beginning that action? And can you see yourself taking action? So there's probably something you're actually doing in that task or in that important item. And I'd like for you to see yourself just as you are, you know, just doing that and have acknowledgement and gratitude that you're able to do this important item, because that in and of itself is a gift, right? So if that important item that you're going to start takes an outside action, can you imagine yourself questioning and asking what would be an inside action that you can take that is different from the outside? And I'm going to give you a couple of choices before we go deeper into the practice of the inside outside. So one choice would be to actually feel the breath come in and out. So let's do that together. So imagine you're there in that place and see yourself, and then take a breath in and just feel your body. When you feel your body with your breath and your sensations, your God-given sensations, you don't judge them. So your body does not judge itself. Your body does not say, ouchie, in a way where the brain judges that, oh, I got to go to the doctor. Your body just gives you feedback on how it feels. So as you take your breath, just feel. And if you do it now and you imagine later, you can do it later a lot easier. Awesome. So now that you felt the flow of your breath and you also felt your body a bit, can you recognize in doing that task, is that a task that is more on the spectrum of yay or more on the spectrum of yikes? So yay and yikes keeps it playful because there's lots of stories why it's yay and why it's yikes, but we don't care about that because that lives in the mind. So is the task you're doing a yay or a yikes? And be honest with yourself and how you feel about this task, and don't dress it up and make it pretty or dress it down and make it ugly. Just, is it more yay or more yikes? And your entire being loves the truth of the matter. It's only the brain that likes to dress things up. But if you check in with your breath and your body, you're just relieved you called it 6 on the yikes scale or 4 on the yay scale. You're just happy you have the truth of the matter. Check in with that. And then being in the yikes and the yay, just the truth of the matter, bring your mind's attention to where you know your heart to reside. And you don't have to change anything. Hover your awareness so that you can feel the rise and the fall of your chest as you breathe. And even if your mind switches to a thought or to the action you'll be doing later, that's okay. Bring yourself back. Hover your awareness above your heart. Now, even in that small period of time, you might have been able to hover, or you might have switched a lot, switched out, switched in, switched out, switched in. And the pace of your switching is probably equivalent to your heart wave, your heartbeat, your brain waves, and potentially your stress level at the end of the day. So bring your mind's attention to your hovering awareness. So be aware of the heart space. And the moment you're tempted to switch, or right as you switch, settle down with an exhale and then switch back to the hovering heart. Deepen your breath so when you inhale, you actually feel more space in your chest. And then when you exhale, you feel more connected, grounded to the earth. Now, take a moment to notice that there's space in the room around you. In fact, you don't even have to open your eyes. Notice you're aware of the space in the room. And you might have noticed this morning all the things in the room, like something you had to clean up or organize, your pen, your computer. But what was coexisting was all this space. And you didn't have any attention to it. We're 99% space, but we pay attention to 1%, which is matter. But there's so much in the space that we could see or be. Now go back to your very important item and pick the second action you would take in your item. And now just settle into that second action, even if it's moving. And take a breath while you do it. So you're doing the outside, but you're taking a breath on the inside. So inhale, feel your heart space, just hover there. Be aware of all the space in the room, not just the action you're taking. And then exhale, and then bring your attention back to the outside. And this is the practice of using more of your brain, settling your nervous system, and becoming more free in everything that you do, even if it's on the yikes scale. if you have a little time for your first event, like you don't have to do it in a short period of time and rush, like you can make a little more time, then you can take these inhale, exhale, or these outside, inside spaces a little longer. So you could do 3 breaths or 6 breaths or 1 minute even. So let's come back to, I'm going to invite you to pick some times today where you can practice this. And if you do enjoy it, it'll inspire you to practice it again tomorrow. And then over the course of a few days, a few weeks, a few months, it'll be natural to you. You would have trained the brain to not just live outside where there's harsh weather, harsh conditions, but you can come inside and have the cozy blanket for yourself too, and enjoy life all day long, not just when you're relaxed at the end of your day. So we'll just take another 30 seconds for silence before we end the session. And I wish you a very peaceful day. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, Susan. I really enjoyed it. I want to thank our sponsor, Sharon Burke from Life Energy Foundation. Sharon, do you want to get on and say a few words?
Just thanks everybody for being here. I know that it's early in the morning, but it's always such a great way to start your day. And you know, this is what we do here at the Life Energy Foundation, is to try to provide tools and resources. And there's nothing better than the tool that Susan just gave us today. So enjoy, everybody.
And Susan will be back on November 10th. And then our next week is Rehab to Perform. Dr. Tim Bifulco is going to be on next week. So be well, my wellness warriors, and I'll see you next week. Susan, thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow on Meditative Thursday.
All right. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Paused.